Hello and welcome. You are watching India Today TV. This is COVID 360. I'm Sneha Mordani. Well, even as we speak, the rate of hospitalizations amongst children is only going up in America, with the raging Delta variant sending many children to ICUs and hospitals, raising a question on whether kids need vaccines to be sent back to schools or not.
No requirement for teenagers or for kids to have to be vaccinated in order to attend school. That should not be a barrier for them to attend school because really it's about the protection of the adults around them who are the ones who really have more risk of disease.
In this episode of COVID 360, we will tell you all you need to know about schools opening up. What exactly is the UNICEF saying about how schools should open up? What should parents do? Also, we'll tell you about vaccines for children. The first vaccine for children in India has just gotten approval. But first up, Zydus Cadila ZyCoV-D has got an approval in India. It is the first vaccine to get an approval for use in the adolescent population, which is those above the age of 12. This is also the world's first DNA vaccine against COVID. Take a look.
Zydus Cadila's vaccine, ZyCoV-D, has gotten emergency use authorizations from the Drugs Controller General of India. With this approval, ZyCoV-D will be India's second indigenous vaccine and the sixth vaccine to be authorized for use. ZyCoV-D is a 3-dose intradermal painless vaccine applied using PharmaJet needle-free system. A DNA plasmid vaccine, it uses a portion of the genetic code, DNA or RNA, in the virus to stimulate an immune response. It is stored at 2 to 8 degrees Celsius but has also shown good stability at temperatures of 25 degrees Celsius for at least 3 months. ZyCoV-D is the first COVID vaccine tested on the adolescent population in India. Around 1,000 children were enlisted for the trials and the vaccine was found to be safe and very well tolerated.
We have mostly finished all our recruitment. We have by far recruited the largest number of patients in India, which is 28,000 volunteers who have been vaccinated as part of the trial. This is by far one of the largest trials that has been conducted.
ZyCoV-D has shown primary efficacy of 66.6% for symptomatic RT-PCR positive cases in the interim analysis. Results after the third dose suggested 100% efficacy against moderate disease. Zydus Cadila is planning to manufacture 100 to 120 crore doses of the vaccine annually. With schools reopening across states, the vaccine's approval could be a major stress buster for parents worried about sending their kids for classes. In New Delhi with Milan Sharma, Sneha Mordani, Bureau Report, India Today.
Joining me now is the MD of Zydus Cadila, Dr. Sharvil Patel, and Zydus Cadila is the latest vaccine to get an emergency use authorization. Not just that, this is the vaccine that has been approved for children in India, the first vaccine for children above the age of 12. First of all, Dr. Patel, congratulations. I want to ask you, every parent who has a 12-year-old child and a little over 12 years old would want to know when are the first doses of the vaccine for their children going to be available in India?
So thank you. It's indeed a matter of pride moment for all of us that we have been able to successfully bring to market a vaccine that will be approved now for children above the age of 12. We are working very hard now to see how do we scale up and get all the regulatory permissions through for the drug to be released or the vaccine to be released to the market. Our best estimate now is that by middle to end September, we can see the starting of the deliveries. And by middle to late October, we would see a larger scale up of the vaccine rollout.
So the inoculations essentially will be starting by October for children?
If everything goes well, by middle to end September, but yeah, largely in larger quantities by middle October.
The application for children between 3 to 12 to start trials, that's something that you're going to be submitting in a week's time, sir?
Yeah, we'll try and do it in the next week, 1 week to 7 to 8 days. Yeah.
So for trials for children between 3 to 12, you will be required to have a fresh set of application made before the regulator, if I'm correct?
Yes, of course.
Yes.
For 3 to 12, we will also have to do some bit of trial.
So when is that expected? Because that would be music to the ears of many people who have little children in primary school at home and would be wanting to look at this vaccine again.
Yes, so I think the whole vaccine development journey starts in that way, that you try it on adults, then the age groups of adolescents, and then you move to children. As we have just completed the safety and efficacy on this, we will now file for the trial permission for the children younger than that also in the next maybe 7 to 10 days.
Also, I want to ask you, the thing is that right now even mRNA vaccines have reduced efficacy against the Delta variant, which is the most predominant variant in the world right now. What is the efficacy that this vaccine is showing against this particular variant? And you did do the trials at the peak of the second wave, so there is hope that this factor would have been included as well, isn't it?
So for our trial, which is being done at the peak of the second wave, all our positive cases that we have seen are in the periods of April, May, June, and we have done a sero surveillance of all the majority of these positive cases, and all of them have been found to be Delta variant. So when we came out with our interim efficacy of 66%, this is definitely against the Delta variant, because all our vaccine results came out in the period of April to June.
Johnson & Johnson single-dose vaccine wishes to start trials on the adolescent population in India. We give you a lowdown on all the vaccines available in India right now for children and what is expected in the near future and what really is in the pipeline.
US pharma giant Johnson & Johnson has moved an application to the Central Drug Standard Control Organization in India seeking permission to conduct clinical trials of its single-shot Janssen vaccine against COVID-19 on adolescents aged 12 to 17 years. The latest company to seek approval for developing a jab against COVID-19 for kids. A COVID vaccine for kids. Parents, teachers are all anxiously hoping that it arrives soon. So when will they be available is the question on everybody's mind. Here is what we know. The vaccines which appear to be ahead in this all-important race are Bharat Biotech's indigenous Covaxin. Its phase 2 and 3 trials are underway and data is likely by September, after which the company will apply for approval, which at the earliest will come by September end. The nasal version of the vaccine also involves children as volunteers. At present, it has got a nod for phase 2 and 3 trials in India. Zydus Cadilla's Zycov-D is also being tested on children as young as 12 and has got an approval for use. Covovax for kids will be launched in early 2022. The manufacturers of the vaccine in India, Serum Institute, says it has got permission to carry out trials.
As of now, Serum Institute of India vaccine Covovax is being studied in phase 2 and phase 3 trials. This is meant for children between 2 and 18 years. It should be ready hopefully by end of year. And then Zydus Cadila company vaccine also is being studied. Right now that is meant for children aged between 12 and 17 years. Once the vaccines are ready, it should be prioritized for children with comorbidities.
Eventually, state governments will have to draw up a list of those children who are in the priority group, or should be rather in the priority group. These are children with underlying healthcare conditions, comorbidities, which means that if they do develop COVID-19, the chances of them developing severe disease is higher. They will be required to be vaccinated first.
When vaccines become available for children, we should particularly now be identifying children who
I spoke earlier to UNICEF India head Dr. Yasmin Ali Haq, and here's what she said about schools opening up and what should be the way forward. what the concerns are about opening up of schools in the country, because even as we speak, we know that the Delta variant, which is of course the dominant one in India as well, has spread to 148 countries, and schools have been shut for almost 2 years now.
We know that the reopening of schools is critical for the young people, for the young children, their learning, their health, their well-being, and really to looking at their optimal development. For this, it's really important that we look at reopening schools in a manner that is safe, that is conducive to the learning environment.
There are concerns that, at this point in time, education can wait. There are parents who say that we want our children to live at the end of the day. More so because US, for example, is seeing a big increase, big surge in cases of pediatric hospitalizations and also younger children being sent to ICUs.
So, it's really normal, very normal for parents, for us to be concerned about the health and well-being of our children, especially given what we've suffered through this pandemic. I still really want to reiterate that learning and education cannot wait. We need kids, even when we are in crisis situations, to find ways of continuing learning and education. Now, if we look at the evidence, we continue to see that schools are not a main driver of community transmission, and children are more likely to get the virus outside the school settings. Children of primary and pre-primary school age among those who are least likely to be infected. In fact, if we look at the research that's coming out from India, one conducted jointly by All India Institute of Medical Sciences and the World Health Organization, revealed that similar number of children were infected during the first and second waves. And children are more asymptomatic. They have less severe form of the COVID-19 infection.
Lastly, Dr. Haq, what are the other disadvantages, in your opinion, for children being out of school in terms of the kind of social isolation and also mental health issues, this lack of, access to children their age, being in a social environment? What do you think are the other problems that are cropping up or will be cropping up in the near future?
You've said it really, that this has disrupted the childhood of children. It's really important that we not forget that school is much more than just classes on subjects. The development milestones might be being missed. The parents are also having a huge burden in terms of how they take on not just keeping their own livelihoods going, but also keeping their children stimulated.
The World Health Organization also has said that children don't need to be vaccinated before going back to school. But should India, like many other countries had done, have thought of their teachers and the school staff as frontline workers and vaccinated them first?
So I think, in most states, they are working to have teachers vaccinated before schools reopen. For example, in Assam, we understand 80% of teachers are vaccinated. In West Bengal, it's about 67%. So it's really a good trend we're seeing. Definitely, we want teachers also to come forward for their vaccination, and that is being promoted in various forums. Every person who gets vaccinated is working towards creating a safer environment for all children. So I would really urge all adults who are eligible to please get vaccinated.
It's time for a quick break here. Much more news on the other side.